Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sourabh, and what I am highly focused on building is a brand that people can rely on when we talk about roads. Yes, I do understand that this industry is heavily into a contractor-led business, which is not, if you ask me honestly, it's not working out, because if it would have been, then we would have a lot of quality roads and the cost benefit would have been there. So my focus is that how can we convert this contractor-led business into a brand wherein I just heard the last panel, we were talking about sanitary item like Jaguar. So a Jaguar fitting ensures that you have a brand which is there in your property. But can you talk about roads? Because there is none that exists. So here is what we are building. This is my second startup. My first startup I ran for around 6.5 years. Last year I started this. I bootstrapped my first startup to 20 CR of revenue. That's my team. One thing that I realized while I was building my last startup is a company is as good as your team. So the team that we have, the R&D is headed by Manohar, who's a PhD from IISc, strong into project site management, from accounts, social media. So the team is something that I heavily invested my time in while I was building this company. And the problem that we are addressing largely is we have solutions, but they are highly carbon intensive. To add on to that, all these solutions which are carbon intensive also comes with a lot of cost. And are we really open for investing so much of an amount of money? I think collectively, the entire real estate fraternity will say no. The project delays, I mean, we've been talking about that. Even in the last panel, first panel, the delays are something which is reality, and the delays add to cost as well. And then, when we talk about sustainability in such forums, sustainability is always expensive, right? I mean, let's be real about it. I mean, there is hardly any solution that exists who can claim that yes, we are sustainable and we are also cost effective. So that's the problem, and the solution to that is we are now venturing into something which is, again, thanks to last panel, precast roads. Yes, I'll give you one small little story. Last month, we were doing a project in Bangalore, and during the time of pour, when the RCC road was supposed to be constructed, it rained, and it rained heavily. 3 full truckload completely got wasted, and I lost almost 1.5 lakh rupees. It was my vendor is not gonna say that it is free. The client is not gonna pay extra, so that is the money that I have to bear. Even if, let's say, the client says that I'll take a part of that, but it's still not sustainable. The quality is not at all achieved. So the future is precast. We have to venture into precast so that we can have a timeline. Like, for example, the road that can be constructed in 28 days, with precast I can construct that in just 1 day. So that's the scale. And then when we go into sustainability, so this is where cement-free products come into picture. We do not want to change everything on day one. So that is where, when we talk about the geopolymers, that's where the world is changing. Yes, we have been doing this, any material, when it comes to the external built environment, we are now able to change that 100% cement-free. In precast, as I just explained, it also cuts down emissions to a very large extent. It's very fast. The quality over here can be promised. No cracks, no expansion joints for 70 to 80 meters of length. It can be customized. See, what we are also looking into is aesthetics. If aesthetics are not there in the private real estate, it's a big no. So this is where in precast, because it will be done at factory, we can do anything over there, and we can create that into scale. When it comes to the kind of products that we are currently already building, you can see these all are something which are going into the external built environment. Right from your bricks, blocks to paver, pipes, curbstone, barriers. We in fact now also are this close to venturing into RMC as well. I mean, just for the understanding and a little bit of knowledge sharing, the eco concrete that we are making is made largely from the waste that is coming out of the steel plant. And when we talk about the availability, it's available in abundance. So any claim that we make for a developer, the biggest challenge is, yes, I'm interested in sustainable product, but do you have the raw material? So this is where the availability is. If we look into the raw material, all across the country, whether it is fly ash or GGBS, it's available in abundance. Very small percentage is actually going into, let's say, an RMC plant. largely it is going to landfill. So we are contributing a lot to the pollution that we are generating. Now, the revenue model that we have, see what we understood while I was running my first company, I realized that if let's say I am doing only road, then the timeline is not defined. Because there is a guy who is doing services, there is a guy who is doing drain construction, and they never complete on time. So one of my clients only said, Sourabh, can you take this entire work for us? It's a big headache for me. I said, why not? If I have a better predictability, because now I can schedule everything in line and I can deliver you at a very fast manner. So this is where, the business is growing. The cement-free material, again, I realized that one thing that we were discussing in the previous panel, that who is going to take the risk? It's a new material. So if let's say I sell, and the product fails, who is accountable? So the builder is accountable. And where now what happens with us is we also take part in the execution process as well. So we are also accountable. So I say that your risk is my risk. So you don't have to bother if let's say it fails for any reason. I'll be the first one who will take the blame and replace that for you. Anyway, cement has been existing. It's not that it's going anywhere. Our non-cementitious material will always be there, and the history of geopolymers is such that it lasts much longer than the cement-based material. Traction, I started last year, first year revenue, we did around 4 crores. In just first 2 months, we've already done 3.5 crores of revenue. I have currently 5 crores of PO already signed, and this year we are on the road of touching a revenue of around 20 CR. 15 projects we've already completed. We have 75,000 square feet of cement-free pavers already delivered. 3 lakh square feet of orders are there. 4,000 running meter of curbstone, saucer, and all this product that you see is completely cement-free. Let me show you something. I mean, this is the production capacity for everybody's understanding. We are currently sitting at 50,000 square feet of capacity per month. This is supposed to increase to another 1 lakh, which is far more than any existing manufacturer that exists anywhere in the country. We recently built India's first road, which is completely cement-free, completely TMT-free. We have not used a single material which is carbon intensive over here. So this was a pilot that we have done for our army school. We saved, just a small project, we saved roughly around 2.65 tons of carbon, and this is a great start for us. It did not develop any cracks, so that's a good success story for us. Certain projects that we have done, the entire residential layout, just to share the scale that we are doing. We have done this. This was another unique project, it was completely landfill. So we stabilized the soil. I'll just take another minute to finish this. We stabilized the soil and did the entire construction. This is another interesting project wherein the developer said, I have 2 years before I start the construction. Can you give me a temporary driveway? So we have done the subgrade using stabilization of soil.
Sorry, Sourabh, I'll have to cut you short.
Yep.
I'm really sorry, but
yeah, so I'm also done.
Let's hope if you have some questions and where you can answer forward
Some
slides.
These are the certain projects that we have already completed. So yeah, open for questions.
If you have 30 seconds, can you wrap this up?
Yeah, I've just explained.
Sure.
This is, see, in 30 seconds, I would like to say one of the problems that I also identified was the design has to change as per the city and the kind of project that is there. So we enter any project in the design stage. Like this in Karjat, it was a very different project. It's a hilly region. So if we do not start changing the entire, the design of the road, right from the bottom, the road is supposed to fail. And the blame is often on only the top layer. So what we do is we enter from the subgrade part. We ensure that that is strong enough because that's the foundation. So this is something that we did over there, very interesting, and these are some of the claims.
That was sharp.
Yeah.
We stopped at 30 seconds. Jury, on to you for your questions for Sourabh.
How does your cost compare to the traditional method of building the roads?
Way cheaper. I ensure that I reduce the cost by minimum 10%.
Is it in Bangalore or basically because right now you're manufacturing in Bangalore, so is there a shipping from Bangalore to Mumbai, or where are you making, if there's a project in Thane, where will you make this?
In Thane. So what we are doing is, we understand this industry, the more you travel, the cost increases. So our model is such that if let's say I have a project in Thane, I'll manufacture in Thane itself. So I do not own any factory. I don't even intend to own any factory. We will be enabling the existing player to manufacture better using our technology. So that's the intent. And that's where we will be able to match the cost and also reduce the cost.
So your raw material will come from the steel plant?
Yes.
Right? So you will need to transport that much to where the site or the manufacturing is.
Correct.
And you said you're way cheaper than the traditional method. What's the percentage?
So minimum 10%. In one project, I have also helped the developer achieve around 15% of the reduction in the cost of construction as well.
Okay, and timeline 28x, it's what, 1 day versus 28 days?
28 days. So when it comes to precast, The thing is, the panels are casted in the factory. The entire base preparatory work is done. Whenever we have to lay the road, the panel goes and gets installed over there. So the speed at which it can be constructed is a kilometer can be done in one day.
Okay. And you have the manpower, the whole ability to execute in the key cities, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we believe in the tech part, not in the, that section wherein we hire a lot of people in-house, because in real estate, we have to be honest, it's a very localized business. Our focus is to provide employment to whichever place we are working in, because they are the pillars. If let's say I want to have a JCB coming in from 50 kilometers away, it's not possible. So the JCB guy has to be from that location, and we are.
Yeah, I mean, point is you take responsibility. We don't care where you get the people from. But you are not saying take my material, you do it.
No.
You are saying material is yours, people are yours, you will install it.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's how it will work. I was also from that mindset that why should I be involved? I can do much, better if let's say I'm just giving you the product. So if the developer is confident that yes, I have a team, then it's okay. But what I say is that I understand that you want me to take the risk along with you as well. So I'm there.
Okay. I think I don't want to lose out on questions from the audiences because that's also one part of the voting system, right? Let's have somebody from the audience. Judy, do you have any questions to address?
What's the lead time once you get the order to execute?
For which one?
For let's
Building
say
material.
The roads.
See, roads will start first from the testing of the soil. So when somebody says that yes, we want the road construction to happen, we first engage in the testing parameter. We design. We say that this is the right design based on what your expectation from the road is, right? And then the construction starts. So the testing has to mandatorily happen. Without testing, we believe that any design without the testing of the soil is leading to failure. Whether a person will be over designing, saying that it's written in the IRC document, soil डालो, GSB डालो, wet mix डालो, उसके ऊपर बना दो. Whether it is needed or not needed, God only knows. Or somebody says that I do not have money, उसके ऊपर सीधा black bitumen डालो और बना के छोड़ दो. So what we say is कि that is also on us. We will do the right amount of testing. We will submit you the proposal saying that your design was A, my design is B. You can validate it. I'll save you money over here, and then let's proceed.
Yeah, so if I come to you today and say the road outside Sofitel needs to be done,
Yeah.
by when you think the execution would start?
See, the testing, soil testing and all usually for us takes roughly around 7 to 10 days. In 10 days, we have the basic nature of the soil. We immediately send you the design for your approval, that this is the design, this is the cost. If you tell me that, yes, all cost, everything is fine, we can, in just matter of 7 or 10 days maximum, we can start the operation.
So I understand this technology currently is built for interior roads which have lesser traffic. Is that a correct assumption first? And
so precast can be done for any kind of traffic, to be really honest.
so even for high traffic, highways and those kind of...
So the thickness changes as per the kind of traffic that it is supposed to take. And with respect to other building material as well. For example, let's say you come and say that I want you to design a road, I want to use only pavers. So then I'll have to do the cross section accordingly. It may happen that the 80 mm is sufficient. It may happen that 60 mm is also sufficient if we have a good subgrade or strong subgrade. So that entire thing depends upon the right design. But to answer your question, yes, I mean varieties of load can be taken care of.
So I have one question on the the bond between your pavement. I think you are precasting. The precast is done only on the RCC portion, and the subbase is which is in situ. So how is the bond between your subbase and pavement? How is that? Because that is the most crucial part of any road. Because subbase forms the foundation and pavement is the top surface. So how do you ensure the proper bond between subbase and this?
If you're talking about the precast, that the precast is made in an interlocking manner. So all the panels are attached to each other.
It is panel to panel. I am talking about the cross section side.
So I understood your question, right? So it works in the same manner as we have our pavers also functioning, right? We have a cushion on which the pavers are sitting. So when the load is coming, so the science engineering behind this is our precast panels would be 3 meter by 2 meter kind of big panels. So the panel itself is so huge that the shaking or the displacement will be negligible. It is not possible. It's very heavy slab. Each and every slab is around 3 tons to 4 tons to 5 tons depending upon the size, right? And slab action ensures that when the traffic is on top of the slab, the load is distributing evenly. So the load transfer to the next layer is very minimal, and that's what we are going to play on.
Okay, and on the material part that you mentioned, use of fly ash and GGBS. So is it something different? Because I think all the developers in Mumbai or even Bangalore, they are already using fly ash and GGBS in their concrete mixes, even in the building part. So are you doing some additional on top of the permissible limits by IS 456, or is it within those purview?
So we are replacing 100%. So other people are doing blend. Maximum that people are able to achieve is 30% replacement. We are doing 100% replacement.
Okay, now I'd like to stop. Let's keep something incomplete so that you're complete in the networking session. Thank you, Sourabh. Thank you so much. A round of applause for Sourabh Kumar, guys.